I'm Miss Natalie, a kindergarten teacher with a mission to empower you to confidently navigate your child's education. This week, we're going to get into math and early math skills. These are skills that you would be working on up through first grade, heavily focused on in kindergarten, but can certainly begin as young as when children are learning how to count. You might have heard that math has changed just a little bit since when we were in school. The United States came out with something called Common Core education. I really do like Common Core math, and that is because I struggled with math throughout my education. A lot of people do not like Common Core math, and that is because it can feel complicated or like it is taking way too many steps to do a really simple thing. To put it in short terms, Common Core math goes into the process and understanding of how math works instead of focusing in on memorizing things. Now for me, I really struggled with memorizing math facts as a child, and I really didn't know what I was doing. When I became a teacher and started teaching Common Core math, a lot of light bulbs went off for me. And now I love teaching the process to my students because I feel that they really confidently understand what they are doing. One of the forefronts of early math education that we are starting to see is focusing in on visual math concepts. Children need visual experiences to really understand number sense. If you have a strong number sense, that means that you will have an easier time learning concepts like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We've moved away from forcing children to work just with numerals, like writing 3 plus 4, and now are encouraging children to be drawing pictures or creating visual representations of what this means to them. This goes into developing number sense. Number sense is understanding quantity. So this means that when you are thinking about numbers, you can compare which numbers are more and less and equal to each other. You can put numbers in their order. It also means that you have estimation skills. It is understanding numbers beyond just the numeral. The next thing that I want to introduce you to is the word subitize. No, I did not say scuba dive, and it might actually be pronounced subitize. That's something that I hear both pronunciations going around. Whether it's subitize or subitize, is that you look at a group of objects and you can immediately tell how many there are. And that is the main skill that I want to focus on today, so you can work on this with your little ones. When we subitize, we look at quantity instead of focusing in on numerals. And this helps children deeply understand when I say 3, that's more than just the numeral 3, it's actually 3 individual objects. So I'm gonna transition over here to my handy document camera so that we can try some and I can show you how you can practice these skills with your child using things from around the house.
When you are subitizing with your child, there are a lot of fun, easy ways that you can practice this skill at home, and this turns up in daily life all the time. I've started here with these red dots. We would call these counters in school. And believe it or not, a lot of children, when they are just developing math skills and number sense, would not be able to tell you that there were 3, and they would have to count 1, 2, 3. In early development, they might not even be able to tell you there were 3, and they'd have to count again to double check. So in the beginning of number sense, you have to really show them confidence that if you've counted it right, it's going to be 3. It'll be 3 if you come back and they've been all mixed up. It'll be 3 if you walk away, have a sandwich, and come back and nobody's touched it. It will remain to be the number 3. But after a while, they will build up the skill to be able to tell you that there were 3. So I might know that this is 3 because I saw there was 1 and 2 more. You might have seen it because you just looked at it and you saw a whole thing of 3 and 0 more. When we start, you'll want to be working just with 1, 2, and 3 different dots. But as they get better, you can build this up to 5. You'll probably linger at 5 for a little while and then start moving on to 10. So now here we are looking at 5. And I want you to look and see what groups you can see making this number. So you might have off the bat seen 2 and 3 together. You might have seen 2 and 2 and 1. You might have seen 4 and 1. Or you might have just seen all 5 because you recognize that it was 5 from something else. So 5 and 0. You might notice here that as I'm talking, I'm not using a plus sign. As children get older and they're acquainted with addition and subtraction, you can build that in, but just speaking in terms of 2 and 3 is enough for this point in their schooling. This gets applied very quickly as you play games together because the number one place that we use this skill is on dice. So you might have played board games with your child, and it can be a little frustrating that every time they roll it, they have to 1, 2, 3, 4. So playing a lot of games with dice is a great place to start using these skills. I love to use random objects. These are the classic elementary school bears. When I became a teacher, I was so excited that I had access to these. People have different preferences here. So you can use different colors to help your child see what is going on. So here I'm trying to show you 3 and 1 makes 4. So that might be, if they are just getting started out, a little easier to show that. But then as they get more advanced, I prefer just to use completely random colors or all the same so that they can decide on their own how this number is made up of. Because now I can easily say 2 and 2. I can look and see 4 all together like that. Another really easy place to incorporate this in is using decks of cards. Decks of cards are great for creating math games because hopefully your child can start to see the numbers without actually having to count or look at what they say. So maybe you start by putting these out and you play a game of matching, which ones are the same number. Or maybe you start comparing them and ordering which ones are smallest to largest. There are a lot of different games that you can play using cards. And if you remember the game of war, where each person puts down a card and decides which one is larger, that is a great way that you can practice number sense at home with a young child and have an entertaining game for you too. Later this week, I will be uploading some different videos that are just silent so you can practice looking at them with your child and talking through how to see how many there are in each group.
Thanks for watching my video. Please comment below. Let me know how these went when you tried them out with your child. I would love it if you shared this video with another parent that wants to work on early math skills or is interested in helping their child schooling at home. You can find me on Instagram at Primary Focus. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.